Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła, kiedy my żyjemy. Co nam obca przemoc wzięła, szablą odbierzemy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączę się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączę się z narodem. Przejdzie Wisłem, przejdzie Bartem, będzie Polakami. Dał nam przykład Bonaparte, jak zwyciężać mamy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączę się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączę się z narodem.
Dziękuję. Proszę o zajęcie miejsc. Szanowni Państwo,
Ladies and gentlemen, I opened the inauguration ceremony of the academic year 2021-2022 at the Łódź University of Technology. I am happy that we can now return to the university. And together we are celebrating this important day. I am honored to welcome you in a special venue in our new representative Professor Tadeusz Paryczak Auditorium. This symbolic change of the inauguration venue reflects the development of our university. The building we are in is the first part of the largest investment of the Łódź University of Technology in the recent years. We are in the Alchemium, the Magic of Chemistry of Tomorrow complex, which I was honored to open officially 2 weeks ago. I'm very pleased that all the important events of our university will be held from now on in the auditorium whose patron was an outstanding scientist and served as the Dean of the Faculty of Chemistry for many years. On behalf of the Senate and the entire academic community of the Łódź University of Technology, I would like to welcome His Excellency Mr. Paul Schmidt, the Ambassador of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg in Warsaw.
His Excellency Ambassador of Luxembourg.
Mr. Artur Dunin, a Senator of the Republic of Poland. Warm welcome goes to Mr. Krzysztof Kwiatkowski, a Senator of the Republic of Poland, and Mr. Piotr Adamczyk, the Vice Marshal of Łódzkie Province. I would like to welcome Mr. Mirosław Suski, the Director General of Łódzkie Regional Office. I would like to welcome Mr. Krzysztof Moszczurski, who is the Treasurer of the City of Łódź Office, and Mr. Waldemar Fleischer, who is the Łódź Head of the Education Board, and Elżbieta Modrzejewska, who is the Head of the Education Department at the City of Łódź Office. I would like to welcome other heads of towns and cities, starosts, mayors and councillors of the city of Łódź and representative of the regional parliament in Łódzkie. I would like to warmly welcome priest Marek Marczak, who is the head of the academic priests. I would like to welcome representatives of the diplomatic and consular corps. I would like to welcome Mr. Andrzej Łupina, former ambassador of the Republic of Poland in African states, the honorary president of the Polish African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, a diplomatic advisor of the National Chamber of Commerce. I would like to welcome Mr. Rafał Homa, who is an honorary consul of the Republic of Armenia, and Tadeusz Kaczor, who is the honorary consul general of Hungary. And Professor Wojciech Wolf, who is an honorary consul of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, who is the vice president of the Łódź Scientific Society and a member of the Council of the Łódź University of Technology. I would like to welcome representatives of state institutions, the senior brigadier Zbigniew Wójcik, who is the commander of the State Fire Service in Łódź. I would also like to welcome representatives of university schools. I would like to welcome His Magnificence of the Director of the University of Bielsko-Biała, Professor Jacek Nowakowski. I would like to welcome Professor Ewa Wojtyniak-Dębińska, the Vice Director for Science and Evaluation of Władysław Strzemiński Academy of Fine Arts in Łódź. I would like to welcome Father Jacek Kasprzak, who is the Vice Rector of the High Seminary and the Vice Rector for Science of the University of Łódź, Professor Zbigniew Kmieciak. I would also like to welcome Professor Dariusz Nowak, who is the Vice Rector for Development of Medical University of Łódź. I would also like to welcome warmly Professor Andrzej Bartoszewicz, who is the Vice President of the Łódź branch of Polish Academy of Sciences in Łódź. He is also a member of the Council of the Łódź University of Technology. And I would like to welcome Professor Bogdan Macukow, who is the chairman of the Accreditation Committee of the Universities of Technology. And I would like to welcome Professor Iwona Maroszyńska, who is the director of the Polish Mother Memorial Hospital in Łódź. We were to be joined by Professor Jacek Moł, so I would also like to welcome him. However, he had to cancel his meeting with us because he had to make a surgery of a child. I would also like to welcome presidents and directors of companies our university cooperates with, Dr. Mirosław Sopek, who is the vice president for technology of the board of Macolab and the chair of the Tool Council. I would like to welcome Professor Jacek Sawicki, who is a member of the Council of the Łódź University of Technology. I would also like to welcome Ms. Anna Kędziora-Szwagjak, who is the president of the board of Veolia Energia Łódź. I would like to welcome Mr. Julian Bąkowski, who is the president of the board of Łódź Metal Equipment Manufacturer Lozamet. I would like to welcome Mr. Marek Cieślak, who is the president of Bio Nanopark Limited Liability Company, and Mr. Grzegorz Dybus, who is the president of the board of Miranda Limited Liability Company. Warm welcome goes to Mr. Jacek Kaczorowski, who is the president of the board of the Waterworks and Sewage System Company in Łódź. And Mr. Janusz Malinowski, who is the president of the board of Łódź Agglomeration Rail. Mr. Andrzej Styczyński, who is the president of the board of tools manufacturers Pafana in Pabianice. A warm welcome goes to Dr. Józef Szmich, who is the president of the board of Delia Cosmetics Limited Liability Company. And I would like to welcome Mr. Marek Wośko, who is the vice president of the board of Polfarmex S.A., and Mr. Krzysztof Borkowski, who is the vice president of Business Center Club and the chancellor of the Łódź Lodge of Business Center Club. I would like to welcome Mrs. Anna Sabina Wojciechowska, a member of the Polish State Rail Informatyka Limited Liability Company. And I would like to welcome Mr. Jacek Jankowski, a partner of the ICHEM Limited Liability Company. I would like to welcome Małgorzata and Sławomir Witkowscy, who are the owners of Witko Company. Professor Sławomir Wijak and Professor Stanisław Bielecki, the former rectors of our university, have also joined us today. I hope that we have also been joined, even via streaming, Professor Jan Kociński, who is the honoris causa doctor. I would like to welcome very warmly actors of today's events, Professor Katarzyna Pernal, Mr. Kajetan Duszyński, who holds the master's degree, and Ms. Aleksandra Bednarek, who will deliver inaugural lectures today and talk about their passion for science and sport. It's them, I'm pointing at them. They are the people who can be involved both in science and in sport. The inauguration of the academic year is first and foremost a celebration of students, so I would like to extend a particularly warm welcome to their representatives, Mr. Mateusz Grochowski, the chair of the Polish Students' Parliament, and Ms. Julia Chojnacka, the chair of the Łódź University of Technology Student Government. and Ms. Anna Bednarowicz, the chair of the Łódź University of Technology PhD student government. I would also like to extend warm welcome to all the guests who have arrived. I would like to welcome our employees and students and doctoral students of our university, and I would like to welcome all of you who watched the ceremony via online streaming on the website of the Łódź University of Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome very warmly all the people I haven't mentioned in this introductory speech. I do apologize if I haven't mentioned all of you, but I have only introduced the people who have confirmed their arrival to our today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, now, actually we are in the item of the agenda I'm not going to present because I will be delivering the speech, so I would like to just say a few words to you.
Exactly 1 year ago, I had the honor to take the insignia of the rector. Dear guests, members of the Senate, employees and students of the Technical University of Łódź. At each stage of my journey, starting from the development of the program through the implementation of the adopted assumptions, I have been accompanied by the motto "Together for Better Future." The beginning of my tenure coincided with the coronavirus pandemic, when the word "together" gained particular significance. Managing the university in the face of a real threat to health and life is a special challenge. I appreciate even more the commitment of my colleagues and students on whom I can always count. I am happy that owing to our joint efforts, we managed to limit the effects of the pandemic and resume safe return to full-time education. We have reasons to be satisfied because our achievements in the efficient implementation of remote teaching and university management have been appreciated. We became a partner in the Digital Municipality project, which leads to the transformation of public administration and reduces the number of personal visits to offices. Sustainable cities and communities are one of our priority areas. I am happy to see that the social impact of Łódź University of Technology is growing and will continue to grow with more projects. We are going to distribute the money under the Digital Municipality project. Good communication is always pivotal in management. The past year has made us aware of the direction in which we should follow. In January next year, we'll launch the electronic document management system. Paper correspondence will be replaced by electronic communication. We hope that elimination of hard copies will streamline the exchange of information, reduce the operating costs of the university, increase health security, and will be our expression of concern for the environment. It will also be a kind of regulator of sustainable activity of our university. We're going to run subsequent trainings prepared by the coordinators of the system in the university units. I strongly encourage everybody to participate in these meetings and getting ready to the 1st of January next year. Scientific excellence is among the key areas of the Łódź University of Technology development. We actively mobilize our employees to submit project proposals and increase the number of publications, and the effects of such activities are already visible. Our university is ranked as the second in terms of the number of granted patents filed by domestic and foreign entities. Last year, the employees of the Łódź University of Technology obtained 73 patents. It is an impressive number, especially considering the fact that it has increased. It is an important part of innovation. As far as patent citations are concerned, we are ranked high on the 4th position among universities and scientific institutes. I would like to congratulate to all employees, PhD students and students who contributed to this success. As a modern university, we focus on increasing the applicability of research results in Poland and abroad. Recently, we focus on important developments for the society. The collaboration applies to intelligent mobility, health, sustainable energy, digital transformation, and modern materials and technologies. We gradually develop collaboration with external partner. Recently, Łódź University of Technology and D.H. Smith Poland signed an agreement owing to which we can jointly explore issues related to modern technologies in the field of recycling and undertake groundbreaking activities for sustainable development and circular economy. We have also expanded our collaboration with the Regional Labor Inspectorate in Łódź, which will contribute to the promotion of work safety culture. I am happy to observe that despite the restrictions caused by the pandemic, Łódź University of Technology effectively collaborates with the economic milieus. The evidence of such activity are the results of the competition for the best description of the impact on the functioning of society and economy under Criterion 4 of the scientific discipline evaluation. I am pleased with the diversity of the submitted descriptions, showing the multifaceted influence of our university on the environment. I hope that the results of the competition will initiate a series of meetings which will further intensify the already advanced preparations of the Łódź Technical University for next year's evaluation of scientific disciplines. Our effective collaboration with industrial and business partners has also been appreciated by a broader audience. I was pleased to learn that the Łódź University of Technology was awarded the Polish Innovation Prize. In this way, our outstanding activities for the development of Polish science and economy have been appreciated. We will receive the award next Tuesday during the 8th Polish Entrepreneurship Congress in Krakow. Since we are becoming a stronger research center, we constantly take steps to improve the quality of scientific work. We are proud to implement subsequent undertakings under the Excellence Initiative Research University Program. We have already allocated nearly 6.5 million zlotys for research initiatives for the best students and PhD students. We want to cover young scientists with such support. We have developed two programs that will be launched in October. The first one is YES, Young Excellent Scientist Program. Its aim is to build new research teams led by outstanding young scientists from Poland and abroad. Owing to this initiative, will improve the quality of research, increase its internationalization, and enable the development of new scientific specialties at the Łódź University of Technology. Intensive preparations are currently underway to announce the first international competitions under this program. We will also see the launch the FU2N Young Scientist Skills Improvement Fund program. Thanks to this initiative, students and young scientists up to 5 years after their PhD will be able to receive substantive and organizational support in preparing applications for research grants. I am convinced that thanks to these tools, it will be possible to increase the number of patent applications and peer-reviewed scientific publications of international coverage. Such an institution as a university plays an important role in the society. We conduct research that impacts the quality of life in many areas. I am proud that the employees of our university are involved in the implementation of grants of global significance. Currently, there are 5 European grants in progress at the Technical University of Łódź. Thanks to them, we'll strengthen our contribution to global research in the field of new technologies, chemistry, and sustainable development. I am happy that these innovative projects of our employees will consolidate the high position of the Łódź University of Technology brand internationally. We focus on the openness and innovation in research, and we pursue a strategy of joining forces with leading research institutions in Europe. Under the Horizon Europe program, Łódź University of Technology is preparing a teaming project on further development of our ICRI biome as a center of excellence. The consortium preparing the teaming proposal consists of the Technical University of Łódź, the Medical University of Łódź, and the Center of Molecular and Macromolecular Studies of the Polish Academy of Sciences, as well as Max Planck Institute. I am convinced that in the next few years, the unit, as a result of teaming and already existing ICRI biome, will become an independent interdisciplinary innovation center recognized internationally. Collaboration between universities strengthens the position of Academic Łódź in Poland and worldwide. The Medical University of Łódź has become a partner of many of our activities. We have Professor Dariusz Nowak, who is the rector with us. There is also inauguration of the academic year at the Medical University of University, and Professor Strumiła, who was supposed to be with us, participates in this event. We have set up a special team to create a center of excellence that would support collaboration and facilitate promotion of interdisciplinary research. We want to reward the best research ideas, and therefore we are finalizing works on the joint award of directors of the Technical University of Łódź and Medical University of Łódź. It will be a kind of a mini grant for the research. The ethical aspect is also very important. We appointed an ethical committee giving opinions on the research where humans are subjects and where their personal data can be violated. It also applies to research using human biological material. Ladies and gentlemen, becoming a stronger research and didactic center, the Technical University of Łódź constantly improves the quality of education. I would like to remind you that we are highly concerned about the quality of such education. Yesterday, we were awarded this beautiful statuette. Edu Inspirations in the category of digital skills awarded by Erasmus Plus and the European Solidarity course. We received it for an international project coordinated by our university, Dorota Kamińska, PhD. I would like to remind you that we are ranked as the 8th best public university in Poland. The Łódź University of Technology was highly ranked by the perspective in terms of innovation, internationalization, and education conditions. Education in line with the latest trends is the essence of our activities. We developed the curricula for new majors that will appear in our offer of second-level studies in summer. At the Faculty of Electrical Engineering, Electronics, Computer Science and Automation, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning will be launched, and at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, it will be Production Engineering. I am convinced that the graduates of these programs will be highly popular specialists in the IT industry and international production companies. For many years now, the curricula taught in foreign languages have distinguished the offering of the Łódź University of Technology. Students of different fields, especially students of the Center for International Education, have the opportunity to go for a semester to learn at one of 400 universities in 70 countries. The priority for us is to create good learning and development conditions for foreign students, who already account for approximately 30% of all students of the Center for International Education. Work is underway to standardize admission and enrollment schedules and rules for international candidates. We hope that this initiative will significantly improve the process of qualifying foreigners to our university. Recognizing the important role of science in the development of societies, we implement the assumptions of the Law on Higher Education and Science. A new feature in the upcoming enrollment process at our university will be the recognition of the learning outcomes. This form is addressed to people who have acquired knowledge, skills and competencies in the process of learning outside the system of studies. Thanks to it, many candidates can be exempt from some of the subjects in the course they select. We also reward the best students. As part of the initiative Technical University for the Talented, the program E2 Top Excellence in Engineering Talent in Research with Opportunities program was created. Its winners will pursue an individual path of studies under care of a scientific mentor. They will undertake studies in the best research centers and will receive additional scholarship. We are currently recruiting a group of 10 candidates from all faculties at the university who will undergo a series of special training sessions to become scientific mentors. The recruitment of students to the program is scheduled for the beginning of 2022. The Łódź University of Technology has also received a grant from the Ministry of Education and Science for classes for gifted students. The participants of the program will be provided with long-term mentoring care, and their tutors will be experienced teachers taking part in the Masters of Teaching program. I would like to take this opportunity to cordially invite students from all faculties to rejoin the work in scientific circles and student organizations. Now that we can meet on our campus, such involvement is the best way to gain competencies necessary in the future professional life. GUST or Łódź Solar Team are excellent examples which, despite the pandemic limitations, prepared new solutions and won the titles of the European and global vice champions. When I was taking the position of director, I declared that investments would be an important area of my activity. One of my priorities is to introduce changes to make the campus a friendly place to work and study. As announced, we have started the adaptation of A14 building for the needs of a nursery and kindergarten. The works are supposed to end in August 2022. The cost of the investment is nearly 7 million zlotys. In September, our students will start their adventure there, finishing works of a passive office building for the needs of administration and students of the University of Łódź are in progress. The structure with the area of 1,600 square meters will be powered only by solar energy, which will reduce the operating cost. It is another step towards implementing sustainability priorities on our campus. The next investment is the replacement of outdoor lighting on Campus A. It is entirely financed by grants obtained from the Marshal's office, amounting to 1.8 million zlotys. The work is supposed to start in spring 2022. Moreover, we plan a comprehensive repair of the storage building in the sailing maze in Roganty, as well as building A7, which will undergo thermal modernization and comprehensive renovation. The works are worth another 7 million zlotys. Next year, we'll reconstruct second student dormitory. I would like to remind you that our university implements the project Accessible Łódź University of Technology, under which we try to eliminate architectural barriers and make it easy to move around for people with special needs. We constantly take organizational investment actions to improve working and learning conditions. In July, a WONERV was put into use at Stefanowskiego Street, and we now are waiting for the second stage of works to begin. As of today, you can vote for another project, reconstruction of Skorupki Street. So it's not only the way to the campus, which is becoming more beautiful. Owing to the winning projects in the Idea Box program, the campuses of our university are enriched with new stands for bicycles, flower meadow, mini apiary, and hedgehog houses. The beginning of the academic year is the time of intensive preparations for the European Student Games 2022. We will host it in July. During the General Assembly of EUSA in Budapest, we announced our readiness to host around 5,000 student athletes and 800 volunteers. The recruitment of volunteers will start on the 15th of October and the registration of athletes on the 1st of December. Sports is very important for us, which we'll be able to confirm during the very important inaugural lecture. Dear students, our goal is to create perfect conditions for your academic and personal development. I encourage you to gain knowledge and explore your abilities, to discover your passions. Make the most of it. I would like to wish to the students who will be matriculating today that it will lead to a successful finish, after which you will find interesting and inspiring work, no matter what it's going to be. Dear doctoral students, as one of the protagonists of our interview series, Science Speaks with the Voice of Young Scientists, Grzegorz Liśkiewicz, PhD, being a scientist is a lifestyle based on being fascinated with things that occur to you. The fascinating thing is that by answering the questions, you can change the world. I wish that the scientific journey becomes even more intriguing and that its results enable you to set the new standards of the quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my best wishes to all members of the academic community in the new academic year. I do believe that we'll be able to function without any restrictions and will make up for the time away from the campus. Let us enjoy the opportunity to meet face to face. Let's make bold plans to resume mobility and let's actively engage in the academic events, remembering to be responsible and to follow current recommendations. Let's take care of ourselves and those who are around us. This year, let us especially joyfully exclaim, Vivat Academia! Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have received many letters of congratulations to celebrate today's event, so let me now read an excerpt from one of them. A letter we received from the Chancellery of the Prime Minister. Your Magnificence, members of the Senate, ladies and gentlemen, the inauguration of the academic year is a time of hope, plans and a new beginning. The entire learning community is faced with an opportunity to fulfill ambitions and dreams and to make full use of the potential that lies within each of us. On this special day, to all of you present at the ceremony, I wish to convey my highest regards and the assurance of my remembrance. I do believe that in the new year we will start working in the same way as we did before the coronavirus. We will be having our direct contact and we will be having a relationship between masters and students. We will be able to use the time for gaining knowledge as well as possible. Very soon we will be able to hear about the new reform, the package of the academic freedom, so the changes will guarantee university teachers to introduce freedoms in their teaching, so we will be able to ensure free development of science. It is an element of our vision to develop universities. As a government, we want academic centers to provide high quality of research work, also at the international level, and to cooperate closely with business partners. I am convinced that the plan based on the best foreign models and the system of fellowship will guarantee that graduates will acquire knowledge and specific professional experience, but also that it will shape attitudes based on the classical system of values. We want each university to be a platform for cooperation between academic, economic and social media, and a place where projects of strategic importance for Poland and our part of the world are implemented. I wish you that the new academic year 2021-2022 at the Łódź University of Technology will be the beginning of a fascinating encounter with science and a new environment for students commencing their education, and for the older generation, lecturers and researchers, the time of taking new initiatives and challenges and discovering innovative solutions that will serve the Polish science and all of us. I firmly believe that the university's involvement in social, cultural and economic life will facilitate implementation of its mission in the spirit of the constitutional principle of the common good, endorsed by Mateusz Morawiecki, who is the Prime Minister of the Republic of Poland. We also received a letter of Minister Czarnek, the Minister of Education in Poland. So Mr. Marek Suski will read out this letter. Your Magnificence, Mr. Rector, members of the Senate, professors, Your Excellence, Archbishop, all the guests, students, especially the students of the first year. Today, we are starting a new academic year, and on this special day, I would like to extend best wishes and esteem. I would like to welcome the students of the first year, especially warmly. They are starting their adventure with the world of science and they are becoming a part of the academic community. Gaudamus igitur. We are facing the next year and we can assume that we will still have to face the pandemic. Today, we have much more experience in terms of adjusting learning process and scientific activity to the changing reality. This allows us to think about the nearest future with hope, optimism, and readiness to face new challenges. I am convinced that thanks to your involvement and our support, the new academic year, although some difficulties, pandemic-related difficulties can occur, it will be accomplished with success of students. We will have some revolutionary scientific changes, and we will have a better potential for the Polish university. In the new academic year, we are planning to support universities with the record amount of 1 billion zlotys. Mr. Rector has already mentioned this sum. Additional funding will be provided for investments in the universities supervised by the Ministry of Higher Education, and the support in the form of grant will allow the entities to plan investments process flexibly and to pay the liabilities. I'm sure that investment in the teaching infrastructure that increases the scientific potentials of universities will be translated into the future development of economy in Poland. I wish you good luck, scientific boldness in looking for truth, and satisfaction with your efforts. Vivat Academia, vivat profesores. The Minister of Education and Science, Przemysław Czarnek. Thank you very much. And now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Piotr Adamczyk, who is the Deputy Marshal of Łódzkie Province. So, Mr. Marshal, the floor is yours.
Szanowny Magnificencjo, Panie Rektorze.
Your Magnificence, Rector, lecturers, students, guests. This is a very special academic year. Normally, we would enjoy the beginning academic year, new students, new generation, but today we are simply very happy to meet here, to be in this place, to meet face to face, that the contacts between the students, teachers, lecturers, tutors, and masters that were interrupted have the opportunity to return to what we call a normal situation. For us, a normal situation is when students come to the auditorium, to the lecture room, they come for classes in which they participate physically together with their masters. This is definitely a value that we appreciate even more nowadays. We are very happy to be here. Taking the opportunity, I would like to congratulate to you on all these awards that were granted despite the isolation, the difficult situation in which we had to collaborate distantly. It applied to students, professors, lecturers, teachers. Łódź University of Technology managed to find its position on the map of Polish universities. This is indisputably the result of tremendous efforts. Me, as an inhabitant of Łódź, I am highly satisfied to see how you managed to prove that Łódź and University of Łódź represents a very high level of operation and education. We all hope that the time when we can come and meet face to face will not be gone, that we'll be able to come to the university throughout the new academic year. Taking this opportunity, I would like to appeal to all students to get vaccinated. This is a special appeal to those who have not done it yet. In the Łódzkie region, I am responsible for hospitals and health, so this is my privilege, honor, and responsibility to request it, so that we avoid a potential lockdown. It will be possible when we behave responsibly, and I would like to ask all young people who have not been vaccinated, please do it, so that we can meet in classes, so that we are not concerned about our families, relatives, and friends. I do hope you will find my call as appealing, especially in such an academic community, which is so willing to be here together with their tutors, teachers, lecturers. I would like to wish for the Łódź University of Technology to see even more awards, to be even more appreciated, not only in Poland, but also abroad. I do hope that when we meet next year, Your Magnificence will show other awards and statuettes that the whole academic community of Łódź can be proud of. All the best. Thank you very much. We selected only some of our achievements from last year, but there were many of them. Now I would like to give the floor to Krzysztof Kwiatkowski, the senator. The floor is yours.
Your Magnificence, members of the Senate, the faculty, students, all the guests, distinguished guests, please allow me to speak very briefly. First of all, I would like to thank you for being here, for developing this academic map for Łódź, that you are the university that is our flagship for our city. The rankings reflected very well. You are always among the top universities in Poland, not only universities of technologies, but higher school as such. So you are going down with the history of our city, and the first initiative of appointing the Institute of Technical University was established in 1865, and only the communist government in 1945 developed the University of Technology in Łódź. But you have always been in the map of our city. I would also like to extend my congratulations. All the rankings reflect the efforts of both the faculty and students, their passion, their involvement. I was particularly happy about the award for the wind turbines. I have developed a draft of an act that unblocks the wind power generation that due to the stupid amendments of the legislations have blocked this sector. So I do hope that very soon your passion, your knowledge will be benefited from much better, and the wind power will be more present in the energy mix in Poland. And then the wishes. I do wish you that the plans Your Magnificence has described when we are drafting first reports, we are always looking at the people who have been involved, and it takes some time. And today, when rector was presenting the report, he did it very energetically. So you have remembered of all the levels, even nursery and kindergartens. For many years, I have performed public functions, so I can extend one wish. I hope that nobody will disturb you in your efforts, that no laws interfere with the freedoms of the academic circles, and I hope that the changes prepared by the government or central government or regional government will not stop the process under which receives the EU funding. I've got a small gift I would like to present to you. I do hope that the university's library will find some space for the album about your university, about the Senate. About the Senate. So. Well, before I give it to the library, I will look through this book myself. Now I would like to give the floor to Krzysztof Moczkowski, who is the treasurer of the City of Łódź office.
Your Magnificence, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Hanna Zdanowska, I would like to thank you for inviting her. Unfortunately, due to previous arrangements, she was not able to make it here today, but let me say some few words on her behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, after the difficult pandemic time, the students, lecturers, and other employees of universities return to the universities. They are going to spend time in lecture rooms, in the dormitories. They will be discussing and exchanging opinions. The last year and a half has showed how important it is for us to establish direct relationships, and the opportunity of face-to-face contact with lecturers is of key importance for students. On behalf of the mayor of the city of Łódź, I would like to wish to all of you that the new academic year is filled with successes and also takes the social aspect of shaping young people. Today's inauguration at the Łódź University of Technology will be made exceptional owing to lectures of distinguished speakers. Kajetan Duszyński, Aleksandra Bednarek, for instance, they are the examples that studying does not only mean sitting in a room or in a laboratory, but also pursuing your passion. For the new academic year, I would like to wish to Your Magnificence and the whole academic milieu a lot of successes. Please share your expertise, motivate the students to act and to take initiative. I would like to wish the doctoral students persistence in establishing relations with their colleagues, and remember in your free time to discover the changing Łódź. The university is changing, Łódź is changing, we are all changing. Let me once again wish to all of you a healthy and successful new academic year.
Thank you very much for the speeches. We have received many letters of congratulations and wishes for the new academic year, so thank you very much for all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Łódź University of Technology is looking forward, but at our university we must not forget the past. I'm very happy to inform you that the honorable group of senior professors of the Łódź University of Technology has gained 5 distinguished personalities. I'm happy to be able to present these symbolic diplomas to these exceptional people, renowned researchers, distinguished teachers and organizers. People who have given their life to the Łódź University of Technology. So I would like to invite to approach the podium Professor Liliana Byczkowska-Lipińska of the Faculty of Technical Physics, Information Technology and Applied Mathematics, Professor Jerzy Gębicki and Professor Janusz Rosiak of the Faculty of Chemistry, Professor Zbigniew Gawroński and Professor Bogdan Wendler of the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. So please approach me at the podium.
Panowie profesorowie pozwolą. Pani profesor, nisko się kłaniam i dziękuję za wszystko, co Pani w swoim życiu zrobiła dla Polski.
Thank you for all your achievements and things you have done for our university.
Pan profesor Jerzy Gębicki. Panie profesorze, podobnie, nic nowego i odkrywczego nie powiem. Serdeczne podziękowania dla Pana profesora za wszystko, co Pan zrobił i za wszystko, co Pan robi, dbając również o nasze zdrowie.
Dziękuję bardzo Panie.
Pan profesor Janusz Rosiak. Panie profesorze, wielkie podziękowania za to wszystko, co Pan robi, za pokolenie tych wybitnych naukowców, którzy po Panu będą tworzyć to dzieło. Dziękuję pięknie.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Pan profesor Zbigniew Gabroński, śpiewająco powinienem podziękować, bo przecież to pierwszy śpiewak. Panie profesorze Zbyszku, wszystkiego dobrego i wielkie podziękowania.
Dzięki.
Pan profesor Bogdan Wendler. Pan profesor zawsze sprawiał problemy. To taki, który wiecznie przekraczał granice pracy Politechniki Łódzkiej i siedział nocami. Panie profesorze, czasami trzeba odpoczywać, ale życzę, żeby pan profesor się nie nudził i dalej pracował. Dziękuję serdecznie. Dziękuję bardzo. Szanowni Państwo, dzisiejsza uroczystość
Ladies and gentlemen, today's ceremony is filled with pleasant moments, but the inauguration of the academic year means also accepting and welcoming new students. I think
będzie to wszystko, co jest związane
that everything related to awarding the distinguished ones who have spent some time will be also a pleasant moment. I would like to give the floor to the Prorector for Student Affairs, Professor Witold Pawłowski, to chair the next part of our ceremony. Thank you, Magnificent Rector. I have the honor to announce the Student of the Year Award. The award is granted to students of different faculties in recognition of their academic achievements as well as organizational activities. This is an important distinction. The persons who will stand in front of you in a moment have achieved the best results at the given faculty in the past academic year. The title of the Student of the Academic Year 2020-2021 goes to Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Maciej Kupras, Faculty of Electrical, Electronic, IT and Control Engineering Marcin Klimkiewicz, Faculty of Chemistry Bartłomiej Rogalewicz, Faculty of Material Technologies and Textile Design Anna Szychulska, Faculty of Biotechnology and Food Sciences Dominika Krzeszewska, Faculty of Civil Engineering, Architecture and Environmental Engineering Paulina Kaszubska, Faculty of Technical Physics, Information Technology and Applied Mathematics Agnieszka Augustyniak, Faculty of Management and Production Engineering Magdalena Borszyńska, Faculty of Process and Environmental Engineering Anna Szczepańska, and from the International Education Center Julia Gruszczyńska. All the students who received the awards are already with us, and I would like to ask also Julia Chojnacka, the chair of the student government, to present the awards together with His Magnificence Rector.
Dziękujmy nagrodzonym brawami.
Let's applaud the awarded students.
Wielkie gratulacje, dziękuję bardzo. Nagroda Naczelnej Organizacji Technicznej. Szanowni Państwo,
The Polish Federation of Engineering Associations selected the winners of the award granted every year to the authors of the best thesis. I would like to ask the president of the board of the Łódź Council of Federation of Science and Technology Associations, Mr. Adam Rylski, to announce this year's winners and to present the awards.
Magnificencjo rektorze,
Your Magnificence Rector,
dostojni goście,
members of the Senate,
szanowni
distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
miło poinformować, że
I am pleased to
tegorocznej
announce that in
konkursu
this year's
organizowanego przez Łódzką Radę
competition,
Federacji Stowarzyszeń
organized by the
Naukowo-Technicznych
Łódź Council of Federation of Science and Technology Associations for the best thesis at the Łódź University of Technology in the academic year 2020-2021, the main award
otrzymuje pan
goes
magister
to
Piotr Wysocki,
Piotr Wysocki, Master of
Prezes
Science
Instytutu Technik Radiacyjnych,
from the Radiation Techniques
za
Institute
pracę pod
for
tytułem
his thesis
Badania
entitled
właściwości
Studies on
biomechanicznych
Nanomechanical and Biochemical Properties of Human Gastrointestinal Cells using the AFM method and Raman imaging.
Promotorem tej pracy
The supervisor
jest
of the
pani
thesis
doktor habilitowana,
is
doktor inżynier Beata
Ms.
Brożek.
Beata Brożek-Płuska.
Jednocześnie
PhD.
chciałbym jeszcze dodać, że
I would also
Komisja
like to
konkursowa
add that
przyznała jedno wyróżnienie, które
the
otrzymuje
committee
pani magister
awarded Aleksandra Janusz, Master of Science from the Institute of Material Engineering for the thesis entitled Geometric Structure Modification of Titanium Surface of 3D Printouts. The thesis supervisor was Jacek Grabarczyk, PhD.
Sponsorem nagród i
The sponsor of the awards
konkursu tegorocznej
in this
edycji
competition
jest
for this
łódzka
year's
firma
edition
Common
is
SA.
the Common SA Łódź Company. Thank you.
Dziękuję, panie prezesie.
Thank you very
Zapraszam
much.
laureatów przed
Now
podium.
I would like to invite the winners to approach the podium, but Magnificent Rector and Mr. Rylski, please, I would like you to award the prizes and congratulate the winners.
Gratulacje dla nagrodzonych.
Congratulations to the winners. The award of Professor Mieczysław Serwiński. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to announce that the winner of the Professor Mieczysław Serwiński competition is Mr. Mariusz Mąkiewicz, and he developed the thesis and analysis of the effect of a low-voltage electric field on the reaction of catalytic hydrogenation of acetofinon, and the work was developed under supervision of Professor Jerzy Peter. And now I would like to ask Mrs. Anna Kędzior-Szwagrzak, the President of the Board of Veolia Energy Łódź, and the Dean of Faculty of Process and Environmental Engineering, Professor Grzegorz Wielgosiński, to award this prize. I would also like to ask His Magnificence Rector to congratulate the winners.
Gratulacje, dziękuję. Specjalna nagroda Jego
A
Magnificencji
special
Rektora
prize
oraz
by His
wręczenie
Magnificence
pomniku Obrady
Rector
Politechniki
and
Szanowni
a
Państwo,
gift
z uznaniem,
has
przyglądam
been
się
granted.
naszych studentów.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been
W tym
watching
roku
with
nasze
admiration
szczególne
development and
wyróżnienie
success accomplished by our
zasługują
students
dwie
and
osoby,
doctoral
których
students. This
wybitne
year, two
osiągnięcia
people deserve a
przyniosły
special
powody
distinction.
do
Their
dumy nie
outstanding
tylko
achievements have
społeczności
filled with
akademickiej
pride not
naszej
only
uczelni,
our
ale
university's
również
academic
trwale
community,
zapisały
but
się na
they also
kartach
go down
historii
in the history of
polskiego
Polish
oraz
and
światowego
world
sportu.
sport.
Dwie nagrody specjalne
These two special
Jego
awards by His
Magnificencji
Magnificence
Rektora,
Rector, Professor
Krzysztofa
Krzysztof Jóźwik,
za wybitne
for
osiągnięcia
the
sportowe
outstanding
otrzymują
sports achievements
pan
go to
magister
Mr.
inżynier
Kajetan Duszyński,
doktorant
Masters of
interdyscyplinarnej
Science, a
szkoły
doctoral
doktorskiej
student
Mistrz
of the
Olimpii Tokio w sztafecie mieszanej 4
interdisciplinary
razy
doctoral
400
school and Tokyo Olympic
oraz
champion
pani
in the mixed
inżynier
4 by
Aleksandra
400 meter relay,
studentka
and
kierunku
engineer
inżynieria
Alexandra
biomedyczna
Bednarek, a
i
student of
pierwsza
bioprocess
Polka, która
engineering
zdobyła
studies, and the
potrójną
first Polish
koronę w
woman
pływaniu
who has
na
won the
wodach
triple
otwartych.
crown of open
Pani
water
Ola w
swimming.
2018
Ola in
roku przepłynęła kanał
2018 has
Catalina,
swam through the Catalina
34
Channel
kilometry.
34
Rok
kilometers.
później
A year
opłynęła Manhattan,
after,
wykonując
she was
czas
swimming
46
around Manhattan,
kilometrów.
so she covered the
Wreszcie
distance of
w tym
46
roku
kilometers. And
przepłynęła
this year,
kanał La Manche,
she
płynąc
swam
bez
through
przerwy
the English
13
Channel.
godzin i
She was
17
swimming
minut.
for 13 hours and 17 minutes.
Zapraszam magnificencję rektora.
Magnificence
Obręczenie
Rector will award the prizes.
Dziękujemy. Panie Kajetanie, poprosimy,
Thank you
żeby pan
very
został jeszcze
much.
przed podium.
Kajetan, please
pozostać
stay with
jeszcze.
us at the podium.
Pan Kajetan, bardzo dziękuję.
Thank you.
W dowód
In
uznania
recognition
pana wybitnych
of your
osiągnięć
outstanding
Rada
achievements,
Politechniki
the
Łódzkiej
Council
przygotowała
of
upominek.
the Łódź University of
Proszę
Technology has
bardzo
prepared a
pana
gift
Mirosława
for you.
Sobka,
So I would like to
przewodniczącego
ask Mr.
Rady
Mirosław
Uczelni,
Sobek,
o
who is the
jego
chairman of the University Council, to present this gift to Mr. Duszyński.
Szanowni Państwo, rozpoczynamy
Ladies and
najważniejszą
gentlemen,
część
now
tej
we will
uroczystości,
begin the most
immatrykulacji.
important part of the ceremony, that is the matriculation.
Ale to teraz dopiero. Bardzo proszę osoby
I
przyjęte
would
na
like
studia z
to
najlepszymi
ask the students
wynikami w
admitted
procesie
to the
rekrutacji
universities with
o
the
wyjście
top
przed
results to
podium i złożenie
come to
ślubowania.
the podium and take the oath.
Szymon
Of
Wiśniewski,
Mechanical
Jędrzej
Engineering
Zapędowski.
Faculty Szymon Wiśniewski and
Wydziału
Jędrzej
Elektrotechniki,
Zapędowski,
Elektroniki,
Faculty of Electrical,
Informatyki i Automatyki,
Electronic Computer and Control
Aleksander
Engineering,
Golus i
Aleksander
Jan
Golus
Koślin.
and Jan
Wydziału
Koślin.
Chemicznego,
The Faculty of
Julia
Chemistry,
Szyda i
Julia Szyda and Aleksandra
Frankowska.
Frankowska.
Z Wydziału
The
Technologii
Faculty of Material
Materiałowych i
Technologies and
Produkcji
Textile
Tekstyliów,
Design, Anna Magnuszewska and Anna Kania.
Z Wydziału Biotechnologii
The
i
Faculty of
Naukożywności,
Biotechnology and Food Sciences, Kamila Belka and Marta Mirosławska.
z Wydziału
The
Budownictwa,
Faculty of Civil
Architektury i
Engineering,
Inżynierii
Architecture and
Środowiska,
Environmental
Dawid
Engineering, Dawid
Niewiadomski
Niewiadomski and Aleksandra Machnia.
z Wydziału Fizyki Technicznej,
The Faculty of
Informatyki i
Technical
Matematyki
Physics,
Stosowanej
Information Technology
Mateusz
and
Gapiński
Applied
i Jan
Mathematics,
Sarzała.
Mateusz Gapiński and Jan
Wydziału
Sarzała.
Zarządzania i
The
Inżynierii
Faculty of
Produkcji,
Management and Production
Aleksandra
Engineering,
Wesołowska i
Aleksandra
Julia
Wesołowska
Laskowska.
and Julia
z Wydziału
Laskowska.
Inżynierii
The Faculty of
Procesowej i
Process and
Ochrony
Environmental Engineering,
Maciej
Maciej
Wróbel
Wróbel
i
and
Zuzanna
Zuzanna Garstka.
z Centrum
As
Kształcenia
the
Międzynarodowego
Center of
Aleksandra
International
Lewandowska
Education, Aleksandra Lewandowska
Radosław
and Radosław Lech.
Bardzo proszę Państwa przed podium.
Please approach the podium.
Drodzy Państwo,
Ladies and
dokonaliście
gentlemen,
doskonałego
you have made
wyboru,
an excellent
decydując się na
choice
studia
deciding to study at
politechniki
the Łódź University of Technology.
Składając ślubowanie,
By
stajecie się
taking the oath, you
pełnoprawnymi
become full
członkami
members of its
społeczności
academic
akademickiej.
community.
Przez kolejne lata
For the
wasz
next
los
few years,
związany
your
będzie
life will
z
be
jedną z
connected with
wiodących
one of the
uczelni
leading
technicznych
technical
w
universities in
Polsce.
Poland.
W zdobywaniu zaawansowanej wiedzy, nowych umiejętności, a także poznawaniu
Excellent
siebie,
academic teachers
towarzyszyć wam
who
będą
are
i wspierać znakomici
also outstanding
nauczyciele
scientists will
akademiccy
accompany and support you in
jednocześnie
acquiring
wybitni
advanced
naukowcy.
knowledge, new skills, as well as in the process
Studenckie
of
życie
learning
zaś
about yourselves.
prowadzą was
Your
wasi
peers
starsi
of the
koledzy,
student
koleżanki
government,
działający w
scientific
samorządzie
clubs, as well as
studenckich, kołach
cultural,
naukowych,
tourist
a
and
także
sports
organizacjach
organization
kulturalnych,
will
turystycznych
introduce you
i
to the
sportowych.
student life.
Jestem pewien,
I'm
że
convinced
czas studiów
that
w
your
Politechnice
time at the
Łódzkiej
Łódź
będzie
University of
jednym z
Technology
najlepszych,
will be
najbardziej
one of the best and
wartościowych
most
okresów
valuable
waszych żyć,
periods in your lives,
który wykorzystacie,
which
by
you will
nawiązać
use to
piękne,
make
trwałe
great and
przyjaźnie
lasting
oraz
friendships
zbudować
and
solidne
build a
podstawy
solid
przyszłych
foundation
sukcesów
for your
zawodowych.
future professional success.
Zatem przejdźmy do
So,
najbardziej
now,
podniosłej
ladies and
części tej
gentlemen, let us
uroczystości,
commence the
do
most
ślubowania.
solemn part of this ceremony, that is
Bardzo
the
proszę o
oath.
powstanie.
Please rise.
A kandydaci będą powtarzać
And
za
the
mną
candidates
słowa
will repeat the words of the
Ślubuję
oath after me.
uroczyście,
I do solemnly swear
że będę wytrwale dążyć
that
do
I
zdobywania
will
wiedzy i
persevere
rozwoju
in the
własnej
pursuit of
osobowości.
knowledge and the development of my personality,
Odnosić się z
to treat
szacunkiem
with
do władz
respect
uczelni
the
i
university
wszystkich członków jej
authorities and all
społeczności.
members of its community,
Przestrzegać prawa
observe
uczelni i
the
szanować
university
jej
law and
obyczaje
respect its customs,
oraz swym postępowaniem
and
dbać
by
o
my
godność
conduct
i honor
take
studenta
care of the
Politechniki.
dignity and honor of a student at Łódź University of Technology.
Bardzo dziękuję. Jesteście
Thank you
już
very
studentami.
much. Now you are students.
Natomiast poproszę teraz, możecie już
Now
wrócić na miejsce.
you can
Bardzo wam
go back to
dziękuję
your
za
seats. Thank you very
ten akt.
much for this special ceremony.
momencie.
Pan Szymon. Gratuluję panu, że jest pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Pan Jędrzej i proszę już na miejsce. Gratuluję panu, że został pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję panu, że jest pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję panu, że jest pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Kamili, gratuluję pani, że jest pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję pani, że jest pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję pani studentkom Politechniki Łódzkiej. Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Panie Mateusz, gratuluję Panu, że jest Pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Panu, że jest Pan studentem Politechniki. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pani studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Pani, że jest Pan studentem Politechniki Łódzkiej. Gratuluję Państwu, jesteście tymi, którzy dostali się na tę uczelnię.
Congratulations, you are those who had the best results.
Podziękujmy jeszcze raz brawami naszym nowym
Let's
studentom.
applaud our
Bardzo
new
wam dziękuję.
students. Thank you very much.
Ja poproszę panią Julię
Now
Chojnacką,
I would like to ask Ms.
przewodniczącą
Julia
Zarządu
Chojnacka, the chair of the
Studenckiego,
student government, to take the floor and tell the audience about student activities at the university.
Magnificencjo rektorze, Wysoki Senacie,
Your Magnificence Rector, members of the Senate, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow students, on behalf of the student government of the Łódź University of Technology, I would like to welcome you to the opening of the new academic year. I would like to extend my warm welcome to new students. Congratulations, you are going to spend time in our alma mater as distinguished, unique students. A few months ago, you had to make a difficult decision to choose your university. This is a decision which is not easy and determines your future, who you will become, and how you're going to develop. This is a pivotal decision, so I am really pleased to, because of your choice of the Łódź University of Technology. I can only say that this is not a common university. It is a group of exceptional people who support us, who assist us, and they are really great people who want to help us and who want to show us the way. Sometimes this is not so clear for us which path to take. Let's take the advantage of this opportunity. Today, you become members of the students group. You can become members of different scientific groups, student government, our students' radio, choir, or orchestra. There are many opportunities to develop your passion, your skills, to let your personality flourish and to pursue your goals, but also enjoy your students' time. Studies are not only about learning, but also about finding passions and establishing friendships for all your lives. Dear colleagues, on the occasion of the new academic year, I wish you perseverance in the pursuit of knowledge. Let me wish that every day spent here at the university inspires you for discovering the world. Let me also wish that the period of your studies is full of new friendships that will last for your whole lives. Thank you.
Bardzo dziękuję pani Julio.
Thank you, Ms. Chojnacka. I can only declare that you can count on your colleagues from student government, but you can also depend on the authorities of your faculties, of your deans and the authorities. We are here for you. Your Magnificence Rector, thank you.
Szanowni Państwo,
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago, Łódź University of Technology launched international doctoral studies.
utworzona wtedy
Since then, their interdisciplinary doctoral school has developed dynamically and created optimal conditions for enhancing scientific competence. We have developed our own model of education in English, tailored to individual needs and interests of PhD students.
indywidualnych potrzeb, ale i zainteresowań do rozwoju szerokiego.
Tailored to development in general, not just in narrow fields. So we are placing emphasis on interdisciplinarity, flexibility and internationalization of education. In a moment, representatives of this school will take the oath, and this part of today's ceremony will be conducted by the Vice Rector for Science, Professor Łukasz Albrecht.
Your Magnificence Rector, members of the Senate, distinguished guests, doctoral students, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the taking of the oath by doctoral students of the interdisciplinary doctoral school, where classes are delivered only in English. Studying there allows the opportunity to blend non-scientific passions, which is an excellent example. We have Kajetan Duszyński, such as example. This is quite a young unit, the interdisciplinary doctoral school, but it's still developing, and it is a forge of talents of young scientists from Poland and abroad. It is also worth emphasizing that apart from the standard educational path, the interdisciplinary doctoral school conducts implementation which allows for combining scientific development with practical work and solving actual problems, hence matching the third mission of the university, which is so important for the Łódź University of Technology. Now I would like to invite the representatives of the interdisciplinary doctoral school at the University of Łódź to the immatriculation ceremony. I would like the following persons to come to the front. Materials Engineering, Michał Piotrowski. Information Technology and Telecommunications, Ms. Barbara Morawska and Mr. Bartłomiej Jabłoński. Automation, Electronics and Electrical Engineering, Mr. Marcin Kowalski. Food Technology and Nutrition, Ms. Marta Pichlak. Civil Engineering and Transport, Mr. Jakub Telega. Architecture and Urban Planning, Mr. Miłosz Gortyński. Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Guan Wang. Chemical Engineering, Ms. Agnieszka Macher. Physics, Ms. Daria Drwal. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'm addressing our young scientists who will officially become the students of our doctoral school. You successfully completed the demanding recruitment process to the Interdisciplinary Doctoral School of the Łódź University of Technology. In a moment, after taking the oath, you will join the group of our students. From this moment on, your scientific and research work will be related or connected to one of the best universities in Poland. You will have the opportunity to collaborate with distinguished, outstanding researchers and take advantage of the advanced, state-of-the-art research infrastructure. Take this opportunity, cooperate with your masters, with your tutors, and develop your passions. I wish you that the time spent at the Łódź University of Technology is the exceptional time. I hope it will be an opportunity for your further scientific and personal development. Let science be your passion. Be inquisitive and don't be afraid to ask demanding, challenging questions, as they will lead you to fascinating scientific discoveries that will bring pride to our university. Let's now proceed to the oath. Please stand up. And I would like to ask our scientists to repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will persevere in the pursuit of knowledge and the development of my personality, to treat with respect the university authorities and all members of its community, observe the university law and respect its customs, and through my conduct I will take care of the dignity and honor of a doctoral student of the Łódź University of Technology. Thank you very much, and congratulations. I would like to ask His Magnificence Rector and Anna Bednarowicz, Master of Science, to present the certificates to the students.
Serdecznie Państwu dziękuję. Możecie Państwo wrócić.
Thank you very much. You can now return to your seats.
Proszę teraz
And now I would like to
zabranie głosu
ask
panią Annę
Ms.
przewodniczącą samorządu.
Anna Bednarowicz, head of the Doctoral Student Self-Government of the Łódź University of Technology. The floor is yours. Your Magnificence Rector, members of the Senate, dear guests, colleagues, friends, I am honored to participate in this exceptional activity, in this exceptional event, the inauguration of the new academic year. A year full of challenges has gone, and we had to face remote teaching. I do hope that this year we are able to come back to regular classes and will all enjoy the free flow of our creativity. It was an exceptional year for the doctoral students of the interdisciplinary school because for the first time they were subject to mid-term assessment. However, I am absolutely convinced they were successful. This is their merit, but we must not forget the supervisors, co-supervisors, as well as academic lecturers, teachers who offer inspiration and support for our work. I am happy that the group of doctoral students of the Łódź University of Technology has become larger. Although we are not the most numerous group, we are an important one because we will shape the future of science. We need to remember that as a civilization we are facing lots of challenges, and owing to scientific research we can solve a lot of problems of contemporary world. The most beautiful thing in scientific research is the creativity and freedom. In the process of educating young scientists, we must not forget how important human relations are. I am very happy that we express respect, equality and tolerance. There is place for everybody. We must not forget it leaving our university. These are the rules which we should follow in our daily life. In science, in society, the same in society, diversity is the power. We believe that owing to our passion and involvement, we are able to develop science and make human life better. I would like to wish to all new doctoral students a lot of successes in the new academic year. And I also extend the same wishes to His Magnificence Rector and all academic teachers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your speech. And I would like to appeal to all PhD students to actively participate in the activity of student government. I know that it is not easy, but very important. Such activity determines the operation of the doctoral student and the whole process of PhD students' education. Congratulations once again. And now I would like to ask Magnificent Rector to open the new academic year.
Thank you very much, Rector. Now I would like to ask everybody rise. We have just performed the act of matriculation of students and doctoral candidates. Therefore, now I can announce that the academic year of 2021-2022 is open. Let's hope it's a good and happy year. Quod bonum felix faustum fortunatum quiescit.
proszę o zajęcie miejsc. Proszę Państwa, jak już wspominałem,
Ladies and gentlemen, as I have already mentioned, today's lecture is very special. There are reasons that we can call it a special triathlon, as it will be delivered by representatives of road bicycle racing, swimming and running. So the lecture will be delivered by Professor Katarzyna Pernal, who is an internationally renowned physicist, but also she is a road bicycle racing enthusiast, and she obtained a master's title in 2019. Kajetan Duszyński, master in engineering, referred to as Kajetano Capitano. I think that he has showed how in a team it doesn't take a lot of time to obtain the target, and I think that it's important to all of us at the University of Technology that we should work as a team to accomplish our targets. So he's Tokyo Olympic champion in the mixed 4x400 meters relay, and engineer Aleksandra Bednarek, a student of bioprocess engineering studies and the first Polish woman who has won the Triple Crown of open water swimming. I am full of appreciation for your success. In Nature Science paper, Professor was writing about the activities, both scientific in nature. Kajetan is also a PhD student, and Aleksandra Bednarek already holds the title of engineer, but she continues her education. So it's not only the success in science, but also success in developing their passions. We have heard of their passions already. I think that this lecture will be a unique event, and this time it will be different because one lecture will be delivered by 3 lecturers, and it will inspire us how to agree the top level of science with developing our own passions. So Ms. Aleksandra Bednarek, the engineer, will start this fascinating launching lecture. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Rector for inviting me. I'm very honored that in this place now I can stand in front of you and to share with you something that is very close to my heart. When I was commencing studies at the Łódź University of Technology, I was thinking that it was the good time to finish my adventure with sports, because to train effectively you need a lot of time, you need a lot of energy, and it's hard to agree it with studies, with learning. But I have faced an obstacle, an ambition of being a long-distance runner, and this feeling told me, Ola, you have to try, you have to give it a try. So now when I look back, I don't regret this decision, because during these several years I have accomplished some very interesting successes, and I'm really proud of them. I must say that quite often I had doubts, I was hesitating, and that was when I realized that it's the people who helped me to reach the moment I am in now. So they were supporting me, they were motivating me with good word, they were always holding their fingers for me, and they were always helping me when I needed help. So, as Darek Matyja said in his radio program, I became a sportswoman with a university index book, student book. So when we start studies, it's a good idea to identify this field of science that we feel comfortable with. So I really had this idea in a swimming pool because once somebody changed the flags from the 5th lane to the 3rd, and for somebody who does the backstroke can sometimes not be aware of this. So one of the swimmer hit the wall and he broke his arm, so he had to wear a plaster. And then I was watching him and I decided that probably there are more comfortable solutions to treat such trauma. So I came across of 3D printed plaster cast. At the time, I didn't know a lot about 3D print. I only knew that such print existed. So I was very interested in this field of science. I was learning about new application of this 3D print, and now we can achieve a lot of interesting things using this technology. We can build 3D concrete houses. We can develop prototypes of cars or electronic parts to see whether they meet the assumptions of the design before the final production. We can print chocolate figures to enjoy the taste. So it's a very broad discipline, which probably in the coming years will face even higher demand. So the discipline I would like to focus on now is the application of 3D printing in medicine, because it is very close to my heart, and on daily basis I learn about it working on the team of Dorota Pociąga. And my main interest is the tissue engineering, which is a part of regenerative medicine. And the target of this medicine is to reconstruct or to replace damaged tissues damaged due to a disease or trauma. And 3D printing used in this kind of engineering can be subdivided into 3 pillars. The first one is the printouts, direct or indirect printouts of hydrogel materials. The second type is the printout of personalized, individualized implants for the specific damage in a specific patient. And the third application is the printout for pre-surgical testing of implants, of stabilizing plates, to make sure that the physician can prepare the implant in advance and to save time before the surgery. Or it can be also used to print out some specific damages, and surgeons will be able to use them to get prepared for the very complex surgery, to be fully prepared. So this is a very broad discipline, and it's also very interesting. To end my part of the lecture, I would like to focus on the reason why I decided to refer to the cooperation with the work of the Łódź University of Technology in terms of these 2 disciplines of life. So when I became a student of the Łódź University of Technology, I did something which several years ago was only my dream. It was only something that I could see in movies or read in books by Lenny Cox. So in 2018, I was the first Polish woman who swam across Catalina Channel. So I was swimming towards Catalina Island. Then, a year after, I was swimming around New York, Manhattan. And in July this year, I swam English Channel. I swam between Dover and Calais. So these 3 successes have constituted the triple crown of open water swimming, and I did it as the first Polish woman. So I can say that in a way I go down in the Polish history of sports. So it's a prestigious achievement of swimmers who are involved in this discipline. I would like to quote my favorite saying, aim at the moon, because even if you do not hit the target, you will be among the stars. So I wish you bold decisions and most efficient delivery of your dreams, both your personal dreams and professional dreams. And I would like to wish you all the success in the new academic year. Thank you very much. And now I would like to give the floor to Kajetan. Now Kajetan will tell you how he was aiming at the moon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored and I'm very proud that I can speak to you from this place, that I can have my say, I can contribute to this event. Alexandra Bednarek said that you have to shoot high. I experienced it. This is also my saying. It shows also my decisions on addressing two careers when I decided to become a student of the Łódź University of Technology, but I was also practicing 400 by 400 meter running. How did it happen that I became the student? I didn't used to live in Łódź. I'm from Silesia, and the main decision on changing the place of residence, I wanted to cooperate with the man whom you can see in this picture. So Krzysztof Węglarski, my trainer, I owe all my sports achievements to this man. I became the student in Łódź, but first of all, I decided that I can meet here people who are very understanding. All these people made the studies as flexible as possible. I could take part in trips to practice. The university also provided me with financial funding, which is very important when you travel to practice, especially if your family is away. They also university also provided me with great practicing infrastructure. I completed the studies of biotechnology. So this is where I received the first degree of my education. It was very important to me to also improve my English skills. English language is a necessary element when you want to be a scientist in 21st century. So it wouldn't be possible without English to go for a placement, for a scholarship abroad. So I decided to continue the studies in English. Language was not the only change during studies. I also changed my scientific interests and the scope of my research. When I was working for the engineer title, I was looking at the crystallization. I was working at Professor Bujac's lab, so I was trying to crystallize proteins. Then I decided that I would try something else. People say that the high-level science is very specialized, but I have seen that it is all interconnected. So my master's thesis, when I was writing the thesis, I was involved in the characteristics, bio-IT, characteristic of bacteria that produce bacterial celluloses, and there are some bacteria that can produce this cellulose themselves. And it also holds specific properties that are used in the tissue engineering. Alexandra mentioned this type of engineering, and I think that the students of these studies will learn more about it because the Institute of the Molecular Biotechnology places emphasis on developing this technology. So when I was graduating, I reached the level I am now at, and I really wanted to be in this place. I wanted to be a PhD student. Now I am studying at the interdisciplinary doctoral school, so I went back to the roots of my adventure with science. So again, I'm working with Professor Grzegorz Bujacz, and now I deliver studies under the supervision of Professor Bujacz. I am looking at the domestic animals, and we are looking at some therapeutic effects. Crystallography is a science that uses different scientists, all scientists, biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and information technology. It reminds, in a way, a symbolism of Olympic circles. So, they symbolize continents. Crystallography is a method that is not very well known among the society, and even it's not so known by scientists. So it works on the phenomenon, natural phenomenon, and discoveries in the sciences I have mentioned. So we mainly use the phenomenon of crystallization of micro particles such as cellulose, microviruses. So we are looking at the fixed state, and the crystals obtained have specific properties. So if we use X-ray radiation, then this will be dispersed and diffraction image will be created. So it reminds an experiment on the diffraction net. So there are gaps among atoms, so there are only gaps. So the next diffraction area is measured by mathematics, Fourier's transformation, and it allows us to provide us with some coordinates of the atoms in space. Crystallography is very important in terms of cognition. It's also of practical nature. So there is high demand on the knowledge of bioparticles. If we know the structure of enzyme, we know the function of the protein in the cell. We know the mechanism of reactions is very important for industrial biotechnologies at the stage of designing drugs.
The best known applications are anti-cancer or anti-HIV or new generation anti-inflammatory medications. What does my work include, and what does a crystallographic experiment include? It consists of a number of time-consuming stages. It shows how much the method is interdisciplinary. Initially, you have to produce the protein in a cell, then isolate it and purify it. Then, if we want to investigate the interaction between the protein and the particular substance, we have to create a complex. Then we carry out crystallization. Crystallographs say that it's closer to art than science, as it is highly unpredictable. Only the best crystallographers use their intuition to predict the conditions at which the protein can crystallize. Then it is applied to synchrotrons, where X-ray radiation goes through the crystal. Consequently, we get a diffraction image which is computer processed, and we get what you can see in this slide. This is the quaternary structure of bovine serum albumin. It is the family of proteins I deal with in my work. So far, I have managed to determine the structure of the horse albumin combined with antibiotics and steroids. Finishing my speech, I would like to mention the topic of academic sports at the Łódź University of Technology, as this is a highly supported area, which I witnessed throughout my education. I joined the sports club at the beginning of my studies, and I represented our university at the most important national events. Together with our team, we won the highest awards, the top awards. You can see the photos representing my work with the team. It was taken in Naples, where we got a gold medal in relay, 4 times 400 meters. Lech Leszczyński from my club said, from the university games to the Olympic Games. I liked it very much, as it shows that even in the academic sports you can gain experience that will bring fruits in the future. That was true for me. The bronze medal was transformed into the Olympic medal. Let me also say that you have to remember that it is not most important, your destination is not most important, but the way which takes you there matters most. And now I would like to give the floor to Katarzyna Pernal, who is an exceptional scientist and authority for me, as she also combines passion with science. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about swimming, triathlon, and now I'll talk about cycling. Cycling has been my passion for many years. In my primary school, I was an athlete. I also ran 400 meters relays. I don't want to compare my successes with successes of the previous speakers in such a large scale, but we all agree that every passion, whether sports or science, needs a lot of efforts, but it also brings about frustration and days when we think nothing good will happen. During the days, hours where we pursue our goals, we feel like the world champions. Although it doesn't last long, this is our motivation for subsequent days of efforts. Now I would like to say that sports means health. However, I wouldn't sound reliable once you look at my hand. So I will refer to some scientific aspects. In my lecture, I will tell you about large-scale simulations of quantum matter. I only have a few minutes, so I will only outline the challenges and prospects for development. I will tell you about the status quo and what will happen in the future, what our objectives are, and where we want to be in a few years' time. In order to understand what quantum simulations are about, let's look at a part of matter which devastated the life of all humans in the world. This is the Sars virus. And let's consider what microcomponents it consists of. Looking through an electron microscope with a 10 times magnification, we can see that the part which is marked in blue is composed of proteins. Once we use 10 times more magnification, we can see that proteins consist of atoms, and we can see the nuclei and electrons. So naively, we could think that this is enough to know the number of electrons, the number of nuclei and their character, and a mathematical formula which describes their movement, and then we would be able to describe the matter which causes the process. This is naive, although we know the formula, but some components are missing. Our optimism disappears once we know that even if we use the most powerful supercomputers, we would be able to calculate only 50 electrons. This is a benzene particle size, definitely not a large scale, and it results from the fact that quantum calculations suffer from the scaling curse. The computational time increases 128 times once you increase this array twice. The figure of 128 seems not large, but if you have a system composed of several hundred items, the time to make the calculations would be longer than the years in which our universe has been existing. It will be several thousand years. Such calculations are currently impossible. There are some approximate methods which we can use to solve the previous formula, but again, they are highly time-consuming. What does large scale mean, and what do we aim at? Large scale are real systems related to enzymatic reactions, biochemistry of nanomolecules, and condensed phase. It is the human nature to describe the phenomena we observe, understand the mechanism of action, and to predict the new phenomena and undiscovered materials. This is what quantum calculations are for. Matter simulation should support experiment and help us design compounds and materials that we are not familiar with the properties we want them to have. In the 1990s, it seemed we are close to the limit as for the size of the systems we can model. However, a breakthrough occurred and a new method occurred related to functional density of electrons. Walter Kohn, in 1988, for his discovery of the DFT, won a Nobel Prize. We replace the description of the matter with DFT. It means we don't perceive a matter as a collection of electrons, but as an electron cloud. However, the rules of quantum mechanics still apply because these are nano objects where quantum mechanics and not the classical one applies. DFT enabled a partial reduction of the size curves, and the calculation time is much lower. Even if we double the number of electrons, the time increases only 8 times, still being a lot. However, we can now calculate systems consisting of several dozen thousand items, but this is not what we are aiming at. In order to let you understand the scale that we are fighting with and which is responsible for such an extension of the calculation time, I would like to show to you the energy of a system composed of adenine and thymine in DNA. In the left-hand side, you can see the total electronic energy, and the blue part stands for electron-electron interaction energy. Other ones are standard interactions, electron nuclei and electron-electron interaction, and kinetic energy. The blue part is covered by quantum mechanics. It is only 1%. We have been dealing with it for dozens of years, and this is the scaling curse, as we call it. We can ask a naive question, we really do need this 1%, or perhaps we could simulate quantum calculations without the 1%. Unfortunately, we can't. As an illustration, I would like to show you a simulation of a DNA structure. This is a double helix. And let's see what happens if we skip this 1% in our simulation. We get a wrong structure. It is flat and looks like a ladder. This is a typical example which shows that we are limited as for the size of the systems we can model. So the quantum effects have to be taken into account. Another idea we can have, apart from the development of new methods, is to use larger and more powerful computers. It has been happening since the 1990s. This diagram shows the development of calculation rate.
Uwagę, że na początku, w latach 90.
In the
szybkość
1990s,
uzyskana została na
the
dwa
rate
sposoby. Z
was
jednej strony
increasing in
mogliśmy
two ways. On the one hand, we had
może mogliśmy jeszcze
higher
wczesać
capacity
używać
processors.
tranzystorów na
We
chipie
could
i
place even more
zwiększając liczbę
transistors
dostępnych
in a
jednostek obliczeniowych,
chip,
łącząc w uproszczeniu
but we could
komputery,
also
superkomputery,
combine computers into supercomputers and make calculations at several computers simultaneously. Looking at this part, which we called PETA, and then moving on to EXA,
będziemy zawdzięczać tylko w niewielkiej części
we will
dzięki przyspieszeniu procesorów, a głównie dzięki
owe
równolegleniu
it
czyli
to
połączeniu
simultaneous calculations and combination of a higher number of processors. It entails lots of challenges. We now call it a race towards exascale. It means a shift to a completely different number of calculation capacity. It will help us model micrometer scale systems. The participants of the race include China, Japan, USA, India, but also Europe. The Łódź University of Technology is a part of this race because we are a partner in the TREX project. It is not aimed at the development of quantum computers, but the development of new algorithms. Even if we have high-capacity, super-fast computers, we won't be able to use them because we need a new approach to new quantum algorithms to be able to take advantage of all the processors of different kinds. Thinking about the future of quantum simulations, we must not forget quantum computers. I'm sure you have heard about the quantum technologies and quantum computers. Reading about the potential application of a quantum computer, quantum simulations are one of the potential application areas. Even if we have only several qubits, we can make calculations for several electrons. So for several thousand electrons, it would suffice to have only several thousand qubits. In our cells, the mathematical operations require millions of bits. So reducing it to 1,000 qubits is not a large number. In quantum computers, we have other challenges that for the time being we are not capable to overcome. We need more qubits than currently. The best quantum ones offer 53 qubits, which is a record. But the decoherence time is even a bigger challenge. This is the time when the computer collapses, crashes. It is only a microsecond. So the question is how to get a result from our calculations within such a short time. It is impossible now. So the race is about increasing the decoherence time, but we need new algorithms. The currently available ones won't work at quantum computers. The decoherence time is related to quantum mechanics. That's why I said I'm not sure whether we'll be able to overcome it. Thinking about the end of our race, we don't really know whether it's going to be about quantum computers. Nobody really knows now what our symbolic end of the race is going to be. Perhaps they will be hybrid or partly quantum computers. I would like to address our new students, referring to our passion. I hope you find your passions here, and if you do have them, that you can develop them, and that the passions stay with you till the end of your lives. Thank you.
Pięknie dziękuję naszym dzisiejszym
Thank you very much. I would like to thank all the lecturers, as Ms. Bednarek said, shoot for the moon, because we have already been among the stars.
Szanowni Państwo, zbliżamy
Ladies and gentlemen,
do posiedzenia Senatu.
we are nearly concluding the ceremonial meeting of on the occasion of the inauguration of the academic year 2021-2022 at Łódź University of Technology. I would like to invite you to sing Gaudeamus Igitur with the choir.
Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus. Post iucundam juventutem, post molestam selectutem, nos habebit humus. Nos habebit humus. Vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat membrum quod libert, vivat membrum felibert, semper sit in flore, semper sit in flore.
Pięknie dziękuję. Serdecznie Państwu
Thank you very much. I would like to thank you all for finding the time to participate in today's ceremony. It's a great honor for us. I would like to invite you to join us for the refreshments, which are available in the foyer.
zachęcam do obejrzenia wystawy poświęconej
I would also like to invite you to see
Stefanowskiemu.
the exhibition devoted to Bogdan Stefanowski. The exhibition was prepared by the staff of the Łódź University of Technology. The musical setting for this special meeting of the Senate was provided by the Academic Choir of the Łódź University of Technology under the direction of Mr. Mariusz Levy. Thank you very much.
Proszę poczet sztandarowy o wyjście z sali.
I would like to ask the flag bearers to depart.